Hello and welcome to Canutillo Combos, the official Canutillo ISD podcast. We're on location, Doc.
We are on location.
This is Gustavo Reveles, the Director of Communications for the school district. Dr. Galaviz, our fearless leader here, and Laura Lupia at controls. And we're coming to you, not live, but recording from Sierra Providence, where where I am a patient, currently undergoing treatment. As some of you may know, I'm a kidney transplant recipient, and I've had a little bit of a complication. Nothing big. I think everything's fine, but I had to be admitted for a couple of days. So we decided, let's continue working.
And shout out to Sierra Providence. And who's your doc?
Dr. Chavez, Dr. Alfonso Chavez, my nephrologist, fantastic man. In my opinion, the best doctor in El Paso. Just fantastic. Yeah.
And then that's representative.
And he is the father of City Rep Alejandra Chavez. Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dr. Chavez, for your work and keeping Gustavo healthy and happy
and alive.
Yeah, really, because you get that scare on Tuesday. You had to come in.
Yeah. When you're a kidney transplant recipient, you got to be very careful with viruses that might impact your kidney. I unfortunately was detected with something called the CMV virus. That is a pretty common virus, but we're being extra careful because it could attack my kidney. It has not done so, but we're working. I'm heading in the right direction, so I should be out of here within a day or two and back at work because we have a lot of work.
What? I'm not gonna miss a board meeting.
Oh,
I did not want to miss that board meeting.
I'm not gonna miss a board meeting. No way.
I hate missing those things.
I'd rather give my kidney back.
So I was not there in person, but I was there following online.
I don't know who would watch a board meeting. There's no way.
There were 60-something people watching the meeting on Tuesday. Yes.
Well,
when I retire, when I leave, I'm not gonna.
Doc, I don't know if you know
set
this.
foot. There's not that. Hey, let me go watch a board meeting.
I don't know if you know this, but I have been going to school board meetings pretty much nonstop, at least once a month since 1997.
That's why we don't hang out. That's why we don't hang out.
It is.
I just can't imagine saying, "Hey man, let's go. What are you doing?"
I want
to watch a school board meeting.
At one point in my life, when I was a reporter covering schools, and I would cover El Paso, Isleta.
Yeah, but that was your work. Though.
Yeah,
that was your work.
Oh no, well that's my work right now. Listen. If I retire, I ain't going to school board meeting.
Man, let's go to school board meeting. Let me see.
No, but it's.
We go to Vegas. We go to New York. Let me go fishing. School board meeting.
Oh, hold on. I cannot go. I got consent agenda to watch.
I got consent agenda. Wait. Because, the world stops. That's funny.
Although, this one was a very important one.
It was.
That lasted about, 6 hours?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but still, the 6 hours, they got into the how, and our attorney kept telling them, you know what, it's not your role. But again, it's funny, I was talking to Dr. Olivares, professor, one of my mentors at the UT CSP program, and he was talking about boards, and he goes, and every 2 years you get new, he calls them what do you say, clouds? Clouds that come in, because every 2 years you get 3 or 4 brand new board members.
Oh, okay.
And so the weather never stays the same.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's been, I'm telling you, since 1997, I've seen these transitions.
You see these clouds coming in, and some are stormy, and some are bright, some let the sunshine in, and every 2 years, and you get working, you get in groove with Miss Patsy. Hey, let's go, Sergio Coronado, and Coronado. I want to make sure they got the right Sergio, and then and then you get working, right? That bond pass, boom, let's. Last year we took your recommendations. They didn't go through every little tidbit, which is not their role. And you got another cloud now, and again it's stormy because I don't know what happens. There must be some kind of like ego juice once they sit in those chairs, because they get egos and they get like, we're all here to serve them, and that's not the role of the board. The best board is a boring board that listens to staff, that listens to the recommendations.
And I mean, definitely they have a role in oversight, but we also have administration who's there to perform the work, right? And it was tough work. It was very tough work that we had to do over the last month and a half that we've been meeting, Doc.
We're coming in on the weekend, on our break, and to have these 7 or 6 members just sit there and it's like, really? I don't know. I just found it daunting in a sense, but yet again, it's good dialogue, because again, they should ask questions, but at the end of the day, you are elected to balance that budget.
Yeah.
You are like, there's going to be tough decisions that you're going to have to make, and it's like, even now, I mean, because the board adopted a 2.7, we're looking at maybe borrowing money to make payroll in June, which we told them.
Yeah.
We told this board. So, but again, you got to work. Again, and there's a former board member that told me, and who said, the best board is the board you have.
Yeah.
Really, you can't.
Yeah.
I wish.
We work with 7 people who obviously they think they're doing what is best for the community. We understand that, and we value that. We do so too. We're working to create a system that's sustainable, and it respects the community and our role and our charge to balance a budget. It's a difficult position. I think, Doc, one thing that I kept telling people is, when they will come up and say like, no, music's very important, and my kid loves music, and of course he does, and of course we love our music teachers, and of course we love our counselors, and of course we love our nurses. None of these proposals were proposals that we would make in any other circumstance. These are not proposals designed to improve the school district. Not at all.
And I think what's frustrating is that Abbott is sitting there, our governor, our legislator, doing nothing.
Yeah, I mean he's sitting.
And no one's pointing the finger at him. It's like,
well, we have been.
We have been, but none of the big ISDs.
No.
Maybe Dallas, because that's superintendent.
Yeah.
And Stephanie, Dr. Elizalde from CSP. I mean, she says her voice and pushes back. And the other superintendents, they don't. The big ones.
It's amazing to me to be accused of mismanagement, and that would resonate if it was one school district in the situation. But it's hundreds and hundreds of school districts facing these unprecedented deficits. Something is the common denominator here, and it's not mismanagement of every school district in Texas. It is not.
Well, even like we told them about just inflation. If you gave us inflationary costs, or an inflationary monies to stop chasing inflation, we would be at $7 million.
Yeah.
We would be fine. But again, it's just, I think that's what's so frustrating with public school, and then you don't know what's happening in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, it's adding another wrench into our
which is, again, I don't who voted for who, but again, he's the president of the United States. That's who America voted for, and as a former military, he tells you to take the hill, you take the hill.
Yeah.
You don't question it. So I have to believe that there's who's ever thinking and planning. It's kind of like the budget. People are thinking and planning this, and you got to trust.
Yeah.
You can't question. So when they tell you to jump, you jump. And so I think that's what's our challenge. But again, with the challenge with the new board is you gotta they have to find their role.
Yeah.
And what they do.
Well, and of course, the decisions they made were difficult decisions, and we gotta give them their props for making those difficult decisions. None of those we wanted to make, and now we go, Dr. Galaviz, we go back and start doing the hard work of identifying the impact of those decisions, who they'll impact, what that means, and I know HR right now is working double time to try and figure out what those decisions that were made by the board means for our staff, and making those tough calls, tough call-ins into HR. It will mean some people might leave us, right? And we're gonna work our hardest to try and fill vacancies, retirements, and critical positions with some of these people that might be impacted. Unfortunately, not all of us will be able to keep our jobs. We're hoping that most of us will, or a lot of us will. But we're working on that, and I know it's a lot of uncertainty, but we're working our best to try and mitigate that impact right now.
Yeah, again, we're dealing with people's livelihoods.
Yeah.
And so we want to be compassionate and empathetic to their plight, because everyone has bills. Everyone has turn the lights on, and you're gonna have a bill after this hospital visit.
They already came in from from the financier and told me how much it is. So, oof. I mean, part of our budget woes is our health insurance costs, right? And we had to make some changes to our insurance company, and our new insurance is not as robust as our previous one. And man, it's we're taking a hit.
Well, because even our previous one kept going up.
Yeah. I mean,
every
that's
health
part of
insurance is going up. So I see you better not leave that food in that tray.
Believe me, for what I'm paying for, I'm taking everything. but yeah, it's unfortunate that we're in this situation. And again, we are not the only ones. Here in El Paso County, our sister school districts are going.
But they're not
it.
saying anything.
Well,
they're not saying anything.
Their strategies are different than ours.
What are you like? Just taking it.
Yeah.
They're not loud. I mean, come on.
Yeah, their strategies are different than ours, and we trust their process, but we've definitely been loud. We've definitely been vocal about the source of this. We've taken hits. A lot of people accuse us of just pointing fingers, right? And we are pointing fingers because fingers need to be pointed.
Well, it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time Senator Blanco's office called you? The Moody, Congressman Gonzalez or Congresswoman Escobar, besides that one. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I think that's what the Democrats are. That's what they're being accused of. You're doing nothing.
Yeah.
We're doing nothing.
Yeah, we definitely need a different approach to this, because the approach we've taken before has yielded no results. No results.
It's like, sir, yes, sir, can I have another one?
That's
yes, sir, can I have another one?
And what's suffering for us is public education.
Yeah.
We understand. And Doc, we keep saying, people keep telling us, like, you guys complain about charters, you guys complain about vouchers. Competition's good, and like, absolutely, competition's good, and it's made us better. Charter schools have made us better because we had to compete. And now these vouchers will make us have to work harder. Our only complaint is that it's not a level playing field. That the expectations placed on public schools in comparison to now private schools that are going to enter this game and charter schools is not the same.
Exactly. I mean, if they're getting right now, it's proposed $10,000 to go to private school
and they won't have to take the STAR. They won't have to open their books. They don't have a school board that needs to approve all these things. They don't have procurement the way we have it. They don't have to provide special ed. They don't have to provide transportation. They don't have to provide meals. They don't have all these things that we have to do. They don't have to do it.
Yeah.
And they don't have to open their books.
Also,
And they don't have the scrutiny of, people.
Okay.
All right, we had a little glitch there, but we're back.
Yeah. Well, maybe the glitch was good because now we got into that BMW. Let's start believing, motivating, and winning.
Yeah,
Let's believe that there's like you said, there's a silver lining.
Yeah.
We passed a bond. We're gonna build new schools.
Well, and there's been a lot of questions about that, Doc. I'm glad you brought it up because a lot of people on social media keep saying like, "But didn't you guys just pass a bond?" I'm like, "Yes." And I want to make sure people understand that bond funds, which are secure, we're continuing with this bond. We're gonna deliver on those promises, but that's a different pot of money. By law, we cannot use that money for our operational needs. Doing so would be illegal, right? We cannot just take $5 million from the bond and address our deficit. That would be illegal. So
They really think that?
Yeah, people.
think-
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So what we can do, however, and the fortunate position we're in, is that we can continue to build these schools, place schools in the right location where we need them, to really boost up enrollment and stabilize our finances. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's gonna take some time.
It'll take 4 years.
It's gonna take 3 or 4 years, but we have a plan for this. We are in that fortunate position that we have a solution to our problem. I think many school districts in Texas wish they were in our position. We're fortunate that we passed that bond election in May. I wish we could have passed it 3 years ago, so we would have been in a better position today. But it is what it is, and now we have a light at the end of the tunnel.
No, I think that's great. I think, and also, again, like the President of the United States, you got our governor, even though I'm trying to see where he's going, that he does want what's right for Texas and Texas kids. So,
Yeah.
So,
And listen, I personally disagree with this approach, but I have to trust that he's doing it for what he feels is best. I don't think it is, but as long as both the federal and state government allows us to keep with our plan here, we have a plan to address this. And I'm convinced that our plan is going to not only stabilize us, but make us a premier suburban school district in Texas.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting in the next 3, 4,
Yeah.
5 to 10 years where Galaviz going.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go ahead and finish out.
Let's get back to your treatments.
Yes.
You have one coming up.
I have one coming up at 11, and then hopefully I'm out of here by the weekend and ready to tackle work on Monday again from the office.
Also, welcome again. Thank you, Sierra Providence. Thank you, Nico, who is a good guy. I appreciate it. Providence, we had Cash, and it was great.
That's a great story. Great story and great performances from our
great
students.
Weekend, March Madness, Texas Tech won. Houston still in it. I think those only 2 Texas teams still in it.
Yeah. Well, I'm a UTEP minor, and my history is that we want to be one of the few to win it. So I'll continue to root against Texas.
Come on, UTEP. Go Miners.
Go Miners.
All right, y'all be good. Take care, Laura. Thank you. Love you all. Stay healthy, happy, get wealthy.